August 20, 2019. That was my 20th birthday. This marks the second decade of me being stateless.
I was born here in Malaysia. I have never set foot on another country's soil. My mother is Filipino.
My brother and I found out we were stateless when he went to apply for a MyKad at the age of 12. I've spent my entire life living a Malaysian life.
If you were to walk into a kitchen, sink overflowing, water spilling all over the floor, soaking into walls, you've got a bucket, a mop, or a plunger, what do you do first?
My parents' marriage was not registered, and this cost me my citizenship.
I remember someone sarcastically asking me, which existed first, you or your parents' marriage certificate? Am I not a human being, although I was born out of a wedlock?
Why are we bearing the consequences of the wrongdoing of our parents?
When can we, the stateless community in Malaysia, have our first Merdeka? I was born in Kota Kinabalu in 1999.
We were told that we could still get Malaysian citizenship if we could prove that we are the sons of a Malaysian by doing a DNA paternity test. Unfortunately, our father passed away in 2000.
I hope that every stateless child out there will be given a chance to get an education.
We have sung the Negaraku and recited the Rukun Negara for years. Our Malaysian identity is planted deep inside us.
We cannot use the textbook loan scheme, which means we cannot borrow textbooks. And we do pay taxes, such as GST before and now SST.
Since the regime changed in Malaysia, my life as a stateless Malaysian has not changed much.
Will you turn off the tap? It will be pointless to mop or plunge or scoop up the water if the tap itself is not turned off in the first place.
I came across this comment on Facebook. Why should we pay taxes to fund non-citizens? We are not a charitable organization. Being a taxpayer, I am not that generous.
I find it weird that although I'm not Malaysian, I was given an identity card number in my red birth certificate. I am still struggling to get citizenship for the past 10 years.
My brother could not get into a public university, even though he completed his STPM with above average results.
As I am a stateless person who has managed to complete Form 6 by registering myself through the Foreigners Channel, let me enlighten those with the similar mindset. We, the stateless students enrolled in government schools, have to pay 240 Malaysian ringgit a year to the District Education Office.
Without proper documentation, I am unable to open a bank account and EPF account and get a driving license.
We do contribute to the country's development. We are not scoring any free education here.
I was living a Malaysian life for the past 2 decades. I always see myself as a Malaysian.
Freedom of movement is also restricted and we are unable to travel outside of Malaysia. We are also not eligible for government subsidized health services.
An officer at the National Registration Department then suggested that we apply under the 15A citizenship application under special circumstances, which takes at least 2 years to process.
I am one of the stateless persons in Malaysia. Everyone has the right to education. However, I consider myself lucky compared to many other stateless people in this country.
I hope that in the future, the stateless Malaysian community can celebrate Malaysia's 63rd independence as Malaysians, not a stateless person anymore.
Stateless people are like dormant lands waiting to be developed.
Getting jobs is a problem too if you are stateless.
Who will speak for the stateless people? I do believe that educating them is the best investment for this country's future and for them.
Our first application was rejected because we did not produce an adoption certificate. We did the process of adoption with the help of Berua's MP and then submitted our second application. This was also rejected with no reasons given.
If the Malaysian government is kind enough to give amnesty to illegal foreign workers, why can't it also give amnesty to stateless people?
We really need to amend the current policies. We would not want to wait for another 62 years to have a chance to amend the policy.
I could have missed my chance to pursue a tertiary education. I certainly cannot apply for a PTPTN loan.
It's been 10 years since we started our journey to become Malaysian citizens. God knows how many more years we have to wait.
We submitted our third application in 2016, desperately hoping that it would be successful as my brother was reaching the maximum age under the 15A application process.
The ship will be filled with water if you ignore the urgency of patching the leak.
The stateless youth in Malaysia should at least be given a chance to pursue tertiary education.
There is also confusion over university fees. If he is not a Malaysian, he cannot be charged Malaysian fees, and he is also not a foreign student.
I was wearing a grey shirt that day. I introduced myself as someone who lives in the grey area between the category of non-foreigner and foreigner.
Compared to others, I'm very blessed that I was given a chance to pursue my tertiary education after taking my STPM.
Statelessness in Malaysia is like a hole in the hull of a big ship that is letting in water.
By approving the citizenship application solely, it does not and will not solve the perennial and perpetual problem of statelessness.
Those who own the ship should patch the hole, not just pump the water out of the ship.
As we approach the 62nd year of Malaysia's independence, we remember those who have contributed to nation building but remain stateless till today.
I'm grateful to all who have helped me so far on my journey to the green.
Much thanks to my alma mater, SMJK Ayetawa, and its educators who have equipped me with knowledge.
Though I have not reached the end of the road, I do appreciate the help.
Please join me to form the Union of Stateless Malaysians, USTMY. This will ensure that our collective voices will be heard.
Look forward to our first Merdeka.
I look forward to our first Merdeka.
I look forward to our first
I look
Merdeka.
forward to our first Merdeka.
I look forward to our first.
I look forward to our first Merdeka.
I look forward to our first Merdeka.
I look forward to our first Merdeka.
I look forward to our first Merdeka.